welcome to another Tokibi cast of the. Now we got activated. We should be heading into the lobby. Sorry, I was a little bit delayed to start. But luckily, the lobby was also delayed to start. We are going to go straight into draft. Now, map number 1 going to be the Battlefield of Eternity. But we do have a pretty big game today. Solid School versus Boogans Forever. And it is going to be a pretty big game because this is the 2nd seed of Boogans Forever versus the 4th seed of a Solid School. Both of these currently in a playoff spot. So it's going to be a pretty important game, especially for a Solid School. I believe Durton's Couch can still catch up to them. If there is going to be a domination from Durton's Couch and a Solid School does not win a single map today, they could lose their playoff spot. So it's really going to depend on whether or not they're going to be able to pull out just a 1 win for today. Solid School wins even 1 map, they should be secure to go into playoffs and we'll be fine there. But anyway, let's talk about this draft. So Battlefields of Eternity, gonna be getting rid of that Garrosh and Bala. On the other side, there's the Joanna, and waiting for the other band to be coming. And that'll kind of really decide the how they're going to be playing for this. So Chromie, 2 that are both very good at being able to deal a ton of damage.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
And at the same time, that might not in. And Hanzo going to be that first
for
pick
the
for
alliance.
Very good at the racing as well. Did get a little bit nerfed, and I actually took the time today. I even watched Bob's video, and Hanzo did get a slight nerf. Is going to be dealing less damage to those high HP tanks if he does go that town.
Ready for battle.
Picked up for a Solid School. Very good at the. And Kelavoth and the Lazy Hydra to lock in Muradin and Blaze. Blaze also has seen a decent amount of nerfs, but definitely still viable. I think I kind of oversold how bad the nerfs were the last couple days, but could still be solid. Definitely not going to be the powerhouse the Blaze was, but will be a good. Now we do see the Stukov and the Diablo both banned. Stukov's just so annoying to play into. This has always been my tilt here. I feel like everyone has that one hero, even if they're balanced, even if they're fine, there's ways. I just hate playing into it. For me, that's the 100%, no question about it. Yeah, we are going to the next picks. I still need a tank, still need a offlaner. And
bring the mega
will be the
death.
pick.
For the
On
Nexus.
Jazz, not heavy metal. So that's going to be big. And the Orphea. Okay, I'm sorry. Orphea is really hype. I love seeing that hero pick. She's very strong, very capable, and very much. I would say Orphea is kind of like a HC Ravager is going to be painting with the mechanics, showing just the raw mechanical skill and reflexes and the way the mind process. That's what we're going to from a Ravager. As Li Ming and Brightwing going to be picks for Boogans Forever. And Li Ming, very good at taking down the Immortal. Brightwing will help out a little bit, giving that extra little bit of magic damage reduction. The global pressure is not going to come out too much this game, but Brightwing just a good hitter nonetheless.
My
Anya,
blades are
final
yours.
lock-in for hero. Gonna have the lead, gonna have all those coming out. I assume it's going to be the lead. That's usually what's picked. They do have a pretty good wombo combo coming up. For the Light Bomb from Enduin, they have Mosh Pit from EDC. Orphea, depending on what talent, could also join in on the fun. But we'll see exactly how they're going to play this. We head into number 1. loaded in. Number 1, solid school.
Prepare yourselves
Boogans
for
forever.
battle, heroes.
So both sides just going to be starting off a little bit. I expect to see Hero going to the offlane, though it is possible. I have seen a couple offlane orphans. It is a bit rare. Typically, a kind of grouping in S4, or on the very rare chance running the.
The battle
However,
begins in
most of the time,
10
that's
So
not
seconds.
predictable.
are going to be starting a
5, 4, 3,
easy Hydra
2,
and on champion.
1. Let the
And this is the lane I'm
battle
going to watch
begin.
because since Boogans Forever know they're sending 2 up and even the Meridian over towards the mid, they're gonna play it a bit passive. They're gonna hide it to the right. And it looks like they're not aiming to get the takeoff, they're just looking to get a bunch of damage over onto the. And the flame stream was missed a little bit, so they're not gonna be able to hide as well. I suppose one of the main nerfs they have to play is building damage as now Lambert kind of getting stuck and taken down really low. But we'll have now the good Brute lands on Horizon, but no follow-up. Seems like they're kind of keep this wave state for Boogans Forever. They're continuing to pressure onto the outside. There's a little bit of fight, but Calvin able to land a little bit. Someone is Jay-Z. Or sorry, Jazz, not Jay-Z. He is not playing. Look out, they're kind of but I think right now, lane assignments are getting called cool. As I say, like Elbow comes in and they're able to get the stun. Now body block the Hero, but Hero will be able to get away. So they do send 4 top. They're gonna get a lot of pressure onto the wall. But Assault School has already taken down the wall. They really needed that to make that play work. And it was gonna work, and I do love seeing the proactivity coming out from Boogans Forever. Televote. They're running the bot as well. Isaac trying to clear it out as well as hard as possible, but very difficult until you do more over onto the Honda. And the wall is now going to be taken out from the top of the wall. Thundercast. He's going to walk back. And the other side is going to do that or a solid start. Calvo's also down here. Might be a good one. Guys are actually pretty low. Non-champion, non-champion. Will just get through out the flying also. A little bit of fight on top, but it is just also right now. Hero's actually dealing so much damage. Trying to body block does not have the ancient spear, but gets Lazy Hydra down to like 300 HP. So good amount of pressure coming out. And I believe Lazy Hydra will have to Hearth after that. They're a bit nervous to walk up. No, they don't really
I shall land in a moment.
the area for it. They do not have the vision, but it is just going to be both sides taking their boot camps. Azuri and Alpha waiting to get caught off. As Boogans Forever are also going to finish clearing off this camp and will also proc it at the same time. The levels are pretty even. Still no kills going on in these teams. They are missing walls on opposite ends. The rotation coming out, but just going to be going towards the one, not going to the race begins. Right now, it looks like a solid school. Wants to most of the place in the fight, mostly play deep. And a little bit of damage does come out by Boogans Forever, but they're not able to really land anything else. And now Azuriel going to be starting over onto that Immortal. Grabs a nice 2 zone out of Calabos and will be able to do a pretty good job of it. Lazy Hydra now walking in as well, and the race is now being won by a solid school. Boogans Forever are not able to get over onto the Immortal as well. Those Isaac, those non-champions, and halftime will come out as Azuriel and Hero are able to win the half, but it is still quite close, only 1k away. Both sides are on level 6, and the question really is who has the higher base defense. Vanya, Scorpia, and the Greymane are going to be able to deal so much damage, and they are going to be able to win this game, but 2200 HP going to be the shield for the first match. Calabos taking so much damage as the jet propulsion lands, but that's going to be taking so much damage, but the spaceship is going to come out and bring Lazy Hydra back to around a little bit over half HP. The
To
Immortal
me,
has spawned
mortals.
and Isaac
I
trying to
march
clear out
for
the
hell's gates.
but will be difficult for now. The shield is now exhausted. Only two. The wall is going to be taking quite a beating, and look at the wall. It's going to be down. The Immortal has now used but will try to stop the force. Not the force that is force, but still taking
Thus ends my
just below
assault on hell.
40%
I must
of that
rest for a
force
time.
health is really important. The stun does land onto Alpha. Guys, not gonna find some angle. So both of these teams are kind of doing each other out, trying to start a fight. But if the engagements work, either side really or what? It makes sense. This game does matter. They are trying to either get in the playoffs or prepare for those playoffs. Although taking an amount of damage from guys. So it is the Murden will be okay, but slowly losing that trade. But because of the distraction, they were able to take the second camp on the side of the Ravager. The Ravager is just going to clear them out, but that is still the XP. My volume is this for the microphone? Let me just rate that up. Okay, I have raised it to half, so let me know how this goes. Okay. Anyway, let me know if this is working out okay. Put on the.
I am on my way.
Okay, how's this? We're bumping it up. I think I know what happened. Give me 1 moment. Okay, this should be a little bit better. Let me know if I do need to bump it up a bit further. I'll happily do it, but in the meanwhile, there is a team fight going on. Yeah, no, it's definitely still a fight. I'm not sure what happened. All right. Okay, we're back. This should be a little bit better. I'm still not sure why the mic is being so strange. I've not touched it, but it's been fine before. Okay, this will be the final time I'll raise it for now. I will try to raise it a little bit further going forward, but we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, anyway, the Immortals are now coming out. They're going to be working towards this. A little bit of a race happening right now. Both sides just kind of playing towards that. As apparently my volume issue still has not been completely solved. I will try to raise it a little bit higher in just 1 moment. Okay, this should definitely be good enough. If this isn't good enough, I don't know what will. I am peeking the mic a little bit. But Lazy Hydra now going to land the jet propulsion on Azuriel. Bunker also going to come down. Immortal was taken over by the blue side as they also got themselves first blood in this fight. But now Lazy Hydra trying to get away, but is stuck on the wrong side of the map. And going to be taking a decent amount of damage. And I don't think there's any way out. Just trying to pull them as far away from the Immortal so they can just clear that out. But the Blaze will be going down here. Now Calavoth, Non-Champion, and Isaac, all three are just trying to tear down this Immortal. And credit to Thundercats, but Thundercats was able to push that wave out. So going to be a little bit of something back for them. This fort will go down. And now that the fort is gone, they should be okay. Not going to lose anything more. And yeah, I apologize about the sound thing. I'm not sure what changed. I'm guessing OBS knocked something down. But I literally peaked my mic over on my soundboard. So some kind of bug. I'll try and figure it out. As long as it's okay for now, we'll look into the details later. But again, fully back into the game now. Top fort also going to be taken down by a solid school. As both sides are now just kind of playing it safe. Level 11 on both ends. And while they were able to get a lot of advantages over on the side of Solid School, they do have both of the forts. They were able to take that top side siege camp. They don't really have a huge XP lead. They're going to have to utilize their pressure using the map. But in terms of actual talent advantages, there isn't too much for them. As they do get started onto their own bruiser camp. With Azuriel Alpha and HC Ravager. kind of forming a trio to help DPS it a little bit faster. Level 13s are going to be coming out soon, and they will have a little bit of a timer where they have the talent advantage. Going to be a little bit over half a level, but the Bruiser Camp is still available for Boogans Forever, so that's going to be a pretty big boost of XP if they are able to get it. Now, the Immortals are spawning in 30 seconds, so they are going to have to be getting ready for this. And now both sides just kind of looking for the potential. And one thing I did forget to notice, it is going to be the leap pulled out by the Sonya, so that is going to be the ultimate. They do have the extra engage, and it is level 13, now hit by Solid School, but they don't seem to want to contest over onto this Bruiser Camp. And once this Bruiser Camp goes down, I believe it will be very close in terms of talent tiers. Now we'll zoom out a little bit further. Both sides are going to be hitting over onto these Immortals. Halftime does come through, and a Solid School is still winning on this race. With the Grey Mane and the Sonya, they're able to deal so much damage. And now they're also going to be grouping up. And with the Light Bulb combo coming out, not going to land, but they are able to fully zone them away from this Immortal. And they still have Grey Mane hitting onto it. Dragon's Arrow does come through. Jet Propulsion will get pulled out with Leap of Faith. Hero has to back out now, but is able to defend. And Azuriel just taking down the Immortal during this. They're trying to DPS as fast as possible, but it's just impossible for them right now. They're still trying to go 2.8k. Jet Propulsion not going to land on anyone. Bunker utilized. But the Immortal has gone down in favor of Solid School, but the team fight is still continuing. And look how low Jazz is getting. Calavo's gonna get leapt on, and the heal will come out in time for non-champion. 1-for-1 so far. And HC Raptor just dealing so much damage onto the back line. Isaac trying to run away. One more auto attack will finish it off. And Lazy Hydra, once again, going to be on the wrong side of the map. Non-champion will survive, and doesn't look like they're going to waste their time chasing Lazy Hydra. It worked once, it's not going to work again. This time, they will move with the Immortal, and they are going to push into it. And just like that, the topside wall definitely going to be gone, and they could probably continue pressuring onto this. They won't have any minions due to the Bruiser Camp shoving out their topside, but they will be able to continue just throwing down as much DPS as possible onto this keep. Half HP, and that's definitely nothing to scoff at. It's going to help them out quite a bit later, and if they're able to continue getting some kind of map pressure or even just a little bit of poke, this keep will go down very quickly. And I said half HP, but more like a third is all that's going to be left of that keep. And now these siege camps are also going to be taken, and it looks like they may be looking for a fight as the Dragon Arrow lands onto 3, but no follow-up. Jet Propulsion just going to be slightly out of range, and Light Bomb onto Zuriel will get blocked by the bunker, and Calavoth going to hide in the bunker as well. Not feeling the full engage. Both sides just still poking back and forth. No full committal. HC Ravager has full stacks and is just landing so many of those skill shots. And that's so much damage dealt to Boogans Forever. They're trying to heal it back up, but Alpha has already healed the team. And Jet Propulsion, once again, not going to land. And they're able to get so many stuns. Lazy Hydra taking out 500, 100 HP, and Lazy Hydra is going to go down. Azuriel going to take the orb, but another kill going over to Solid School. And they're putting on a clinic so far. And just like that, because it's such a low health keep, they're able to push this down without the help of any minions. Alpha has more than enough healing, and alongside their damage, that's going to be a major advantage for them. They do also have level 16s up ahead of Boogans Forever. Alpha taking down half HP though, and they are starting to get a little bit low on mana. Azuriel and Alpha both kind of low. Still more than enough to fight if they need to, but if the fight becomes elongated, it would be difficult. But no pressure is going to be coming out from Boogans Forever. They're just going to go back and start clearing out their waves. Now Hero is going to shove out that siege camp, take that for themselves. And now Azuriel and Alpha going to take their Bruiser camp as well. So that's another 2 camps going over for a Solid School. The Immortals have spawned, and it looks like this time Boogans Forever are doing a different strategy. They're trying to play defense. And they may be looking for a fight or just delay, as we do have a pause coming out. Thundercats is trying to soak up the top lane to get them that level 16, as it will turn on chat for a little bit just so we can see if what's going on and why there's a pause. I guess in the meanwhile, I can kind of look through what my issue was. Oops. Ignore that. Yeah, I'm still not sure what could have caused this sound issue to happen. But yeah, hopefully they just start because I can't actually start or say anything about it. But looks like someone just yelled out. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm observer, I'm not ref, so I can't even chat to the teams. But what we can do is kind of take stock of everything. And it seems like a fight is going to be breaking out here as we do get into this game. And Dragon Arrow lands onto 3, and Jet Propulsion over onto 3 as well, and able to get so much damage. Kills 1, the Anduin is already gone, and the Greymane too. And Leap goes onto the backside, and Hero is going to be able to take out Isaac. But that's still a 2-for-1 with a Talon tier down. So that's a very big teamfight victory for Boogans Forever. And Hero going to be immediately going for the split push. They will likely lose this this Immortal, but at the same time, someone needs to go back to deal with Hero. And Thundercats may not be the one to survive. Doesn't have Leap on Hero, so it will be difficult to actually like full commit. And Lazy Hydra also going to reset. And halftime has now happened for these Immortals. Jazz going to get a burst down. I'm sorry, non-champion. I was not expecting that damage. And HC Ravager going to be hitting over onto this Immortal as well. Same with Hero. They're going to try to push down. And Mick Ravager going to get exploded as well. And non-champion just bringing out so much damage on this Li Ming. And now Hero leaps backwards to get to safety. And that's a very big cooldown that was utilized just to get away from these fights. And now Calvoth still running around, just trying to zoe them away as the Immortal does get taken down. 4K left, and this will be going in favor of Boogans Forever. And just like that, they get their first Immortal kill. Now Thundercat still performing the Brightwing civic duty of just pushing out these lanes. And that's where the phase shift really does come into play, at least over onto this map. It is a shorter map, so it doesn't do as much, but Hero going to be pushing into Thundercat. No objective over on that side, except for the core. I don't know if Hero will be able to start pressuring that, but this Immortal is doing a lot. And in fact, Hero is going to be pressuring over onto this core. He's taking a lot of damage, though. We'll get rooted up. I think the core is stronger than you, Hero. But in the meanwhile, they are pushing over with this Immortal, able to get the wall. And this is just the fort still, by the way. So this will simply even everything out. Getting a lot of damage over onto the buildings, but not a lot of poke landing on any of the heroes for the side of the Solid School. And now Calavoth, Dragon Arrow just going to go off to the side. And Phase Shift utilized. And that's going to be a little bit dangerous because if Phase Shift is here, that means Hero is open to just start chucking down onto this core. But is very low HP. Will try to heal off a little bit of the minions, but won't be able to. Lazy Hydra has also reset. So the Immortal will go down, but they got a lot of value for that. They almost completely closed this level lead. Less than half a level now. And at the same time, they got the fort. They got pretty much the entire wall for the keep in the bot side. And it's going to help them out a lot. There's going to be a lot less pressure going out into that lane for them. And since they currently have the map pressure as well, they're going to be able to trade for the siege camps. They still have to give away the bottom one, but a trade is better than losing both. The Boogans Forever definitely showing signs of life despite that early game. And really, if they're able to take one more keep, the game will be evened out. Level 20s are about to get hit by a Solid School, but Boogans Forever shouldn't be much behind. And especially right now, since there's no Immortals, I expect both teams will both have level 20s before this next Immortal fight spawns. So it's really going to come down to how much are they willing to pressure. And the Solid School knows they have the timer, knows they kind of need to push this advantage. This will be the last big talent advantage they have over Boogans Forever. So they're going to try and push for these Immortals. And it's going to be a little bit of an interesting engage. Calavoth is running in. Dragon's Arrow lands onto 3. Are they going to have any follow-up? No, looks like they just want to push. But 4-man Jet Propulsion, but still playing it safe, playing it smart. They do not have those Storm talents. I am a little bit curious about the usage of the Dragon Arrow, but never mind. It's a 60-second cooldown. We'll be back up for the next fight, so... And that's why I don't question the players. They're better than me. Pretty much every single one. Div, E, and up. Now, Kelavoth is going to be running through as Bruiser Camps, both of them now taken. Level 20s now hit by Boogans Forever. And the race begins. Both sides just hitting onto those Immortals. Neither side really going to be giving away too much space as halftime has been reached. And where are those spawns going to go? The race, if they're just going to be fighting, will definitely benefit Assault School. So the fight has to break out for Boogans Forever. And Kelavoth is dealing so much damage over on the backside, just kind of keeping everyone away. And a Leap of Faith has to get pulled out. Hero gets forced backwards. And they got the stun onto Alpha. Alpha has no HP left. Light Bomb going to come out in Zero, but also dodged by the bunker. And in the meanwhile, Isaac getting hit upon by Hero. But they will be able to get the kill back on a Hero. And now it's a 3-0 in favor of Boogans Forever. Mosh pit onto all 5, but unfortunately, the entire team is already gone. As HC Ravager also going to get picked off by non-champion. Someone needs to go back to deal with the base, but that's still a huge teamfight victory in favor of Boogans Forever. And they're just going to be pressuring onto this tower immediately. And it looks like they might even want to go straight for the core. Kelavoth not very healthy. Thundercats is going to be here to provide HP, but I don't think they have the damage for this. Unless the intention is they're going to take this and then go back to finish off the Immortals. And it does look like that's the plan. Kelavoth dealing so much damage over to these buildings does have that Stormhammer talent. Now the core is under attack again, but still 20 seconds until the full team is up. They do have Kelavoth and Lazy Hydra is kind of trying to zone away Azuriel. Make sure that Azuriel doesn't try to sneak it over on the backside. And they will get that bot keep. And on top of that, they're going to get the Immortal. How much health is still left? It is a very healthy top gate and top wall over for that keep. About a third HP is left for the red team Immortal as it's going to be spawning shortly. And let's see how much they're going to be able to get with the push. Hero going to go through to the offlane once again, trying to utilize the pressure so that they can't push us hard on Boogans Forever. But will be Hearthing back, so they are worried a little bit about the possibility of Boogans Forever ending this game here. Dragon Arrow coming through over the top. Gonna go wide. Will be on cooldown for another minute, but you miss every single shot you don't take. That's what Wayne Gretzky said, and that's what Isaac said. And now they're able to get the Stormhammer. So much damage over onto the top, but not going to be able to do it. And not going to be able to really pressure much else, but they are going to be continuing to poke down onto this keep. Just a little bit of health left, but very well played by the side of Assault School. The defense was pretty immaculate there. Has a little bit of HP left, but Serial gets taken down to half HP. The Leaving Burst is really nothing to scoff at. But they're continuing this pressure, and now Kelavoth jumps in. Is invisible on the backline, but not going to land any Stormhammer. Dragon Arrow still down for 20 more seconds. And the ultimate coming out from HC Ravager also going to be ready. They are able to get the Leap of Faith out and Light Bomb on a Hero and leap onto 3. Oh, it does kind of stack on top, but it doesn't matter because Zero is able to take down non-champion. And look at that damage. And Kelavoth going to be getting hit over in the mosh pit. And just like that, they're going to take down the Muradin as well. And this could be it. This could be an angle for them to try and end. They're still 3 up for Boogans Forever. But without the back door, the DPS may not be there. Isaac going to try and fill in as much as possible. They do have a healer, a backline, and a tank in the form of the Lazy Hydra's Blaze. But let's see if they're going to be able to end the core. Gonna have to be that 4th teammate to help defend here. Now Hero immediately goes in, and they're able to get so much damage over on a Hero. They're also going to get the Dragon's Arrow. Leap of Faith has to be utilized, and in the backside, the Thundercats and Lazy Hydra are going to go down, and it does seem like game number 1 will be going to a solid school as they secure their playoff spot. And what an extraordinary game coming out. And this is what I love about this league. You never know who is going to win until the core explodes. And Assault School did have a lead for most of the game. They were able to get almost every single Immortal. I believe they got the first 3. But then Boogans Forever, with a couple good team fights, were able to bring it back. But Assault School is still able to get the last team fight. And it's the last team fight that counts the most. They're going to go up 1-0. I'm going to go over to a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be game number 2. Don't go anywhere. All right. And we are in that second draft for game number 2. As I just realized I gave the win over to the wrong T. Wait, did I? No, Solid School did win. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm doing my best, I swear. But anyway, draft number 2. Solid School did take game number 1. It was a very close game, but they were able to close it out. Now, that being said, we are going to Towers of Doom, and it has been a while since they've casted a Towers game. But gonna be interesting to see who does end up getting picked out. Zeratul going to get banned out. Very strong pick over on Towers of Doom. One of the best double soakers in the entire game. So makes sense. Chromie going to get taken out as well. And I believe this is going to be my first game back to Towers of Doom since my literal first ever cast for the NGS. So this map always going to have a little place in my heart just because of that. And now Anduin going to be the first ban, or sorry, second ban from Boogans Forever. Light Bomb, Leap of Faith, just too good. And it is very difficult to play into that Anduin. I think whenever you're up against a competent Anduin, and especially once it's NGS and not solo queue, where these teams are able to play around each other, they're able to trust each other more, and the communication works out better, Anduin just becomes such a powerful pick. So always good to see it being getting rid of. And now Sylvanas also going to get banned out by a Solid School. Black Arrow's very OP on this map. There's not that many towers in this map, not that many forts, so being able to disable them goes a long way. But now Greymane going to get locked in by Isaac. So it is going to be a very solid DPS going over there. And not going to lock in the Hanzo this time around. But that also means Hanzo is available. Did get a very, very slight nerf, but still very much a power pick. Very much has a lot of utility, both with that Sonic Arrow and that Dragon's Arrow. And we will see the Hanzo locked in alongside the Joanna as the main tank. So now they do know who they're tanking against, and you can calmly take the Diablo and the Medivh as their secondary DPS. And yeah, now that Joanna's picked, I don't think you want to run Joanna Garrosh. Diablo becomes a much safer lock-in. Now they're going to be going through their bans now. And I'm not really sure who they should ban. There are still some healers available. I think potentially something like Stukov could be good, especially against a Medivh, just kind of throwing it over top. But that would be for Boogans Forever to ban out. And we do see the Dahaka banned out. Again, another very good double soaker. And immediate Sonya ban. Not wanting to deal with Hero Sonya 2 games in a row. Must have been so annoying, especially for Thundercats being on the Brightwing, having to go back. And yeah, with the Medivh, like I said, the Stukov, very solid pick here. Just throw it over the portals, and there's not much you can do about it. I believe you can still go through the portals, but it does make them a lot less effective. And yes, the Janitor skin for Leoric. That is... Everyone must say thanks to the Janitor for keeping HOTS alive, keeping it going, and even throwing us a balance patch every now and then. Thank you, Leoric. It's all thanks to you. Now, final 2 bans. Still looking for the healer. Rhaegar's available. Lucio, I'm not sure if they play it, but Ana. I don't believe I've even casted a single Ana game yet. And Lazy Hydra going to pick the Melthiel, so lots of damage by Boogans Forever. And the Melthiel is a very solid pick, especially matching into the Leoric with the percent health damage. It goes so long. It goes such a far way against Hero, against that Leoric, with such a high base HP. And the final pick, the 10th pick, will be the Falstad. I am curious to see what kind of build this Falstad will go. Swap round not coming in. I expect it will be the Hammer build, the Hammerang build. But we'll have to see. Falstad does have a few builds that are all viable. And with the Gust, could be very good as well, especially with the Medivh portals. If you're able to predict when they're about to go through, you can get a lot of value with those Gusts. We'll find out how much value they get in game number 2. All right, and we are in Towers of Doom.
Battle, heroes.
Another very interesting map, very different from every other map in the game because you cannot directly damage the core. The only map in the game where it's like this. I'm curious to see how it does end up coming out for them.
Excelsior.
As Boogans Forever and Solid School.
10 seconds.
Now, I'll be honest, I don't know too much about Ana and what the strengths and weaknesses are. I believe with Biotic Grenade, able to get a little bit of the able to get the healing reduction, and against someone like Stukov that could go a pretty long way, as Stukov can heal kind of AoE and they're able to get the portal in, but will get spotted out by Alpha. Non-champion in bird form just kind of flying around, gathering the information. Sleep Dart gonna go wide, and now a lot of DPS already done to non-champion. We'll get healed back up. Thundercats with the healing darts. And Ana is a very difficult healer to play. A lot of that healing does come out from the healing dart, which is a skill shot. Thundercat's going to be getting interrupted. We'll just take the portal over. And it is, in fact, going to be the Hammerang, at least for the level 1 talent. Gathering Storm picked up by Azuriel. Sleep Dart going to land. Not going to be anything more than a little annoyance, because they're not really able to follow up on it, and didn't really seem to have any intention to follow up on it either. But Isaac starting to get a little bit of damage done. Will be saved by the portal. And non-champions Medivh really starting to come out and play. And like I always mentioned for Medivh, we do have to watch those Arcane Rift stacks. If he's able to get all 40, will be a lot more powerful, and Shadow Charge going to be used by Calavoth. And look, 2 more stacks over towards non-champion. But the Hammerang is also stacking. They're going to be able to finish. No, it's not going to be able to finish. And in fact, they're going to start pressuring it out. Isaac trying to get through, and it will be stolen away. Solid School able to just bring all 5 members down and steal away that Sapper Camp. And boom, there goes one of the cannon towers, just like that. A little bit of XP for the camp kill, and a little bit of XP just for getting rid of that wall. And now the gate is gone too, and that's so much pressure already coming through. But they do get the Shadow Charge over on HC Ravager. HC Ravager will be okay. Will be able to back out. But that is something they need to be careful of. Calavoth may find those angles, and on the Diablo, having so many different forms of crowd control, especially once the level 10 hits, and whether you go the Apocalypse for the extra stun or whether you go Lightning Breath to really finish someone off after you stun them. Very strong hero. Now both sides, once again, just kind of going to go back, start clearing out their waves. And Isaac is rotating top. They might be looking to get the Sapper Camp over on the top side, because if they're going to be losing the pressure bot side this heavily, it would make sense to just go for top. But nope, Isaac gonna back out now. The altars are spawning, and the question becomes, which altars are going to be taken by who? Kind of an uneven number right now. The Leoric is currently in mid, as the altars are going to be spawning. 1 in the bot side, 2 in the top side. And now the fights begin. Being able to poke out, and really one of the strengths of the Hanzo that Alpha's piloting is the ability to cancel these channels over onto the altars. But now Azuriel taking down about 200 HP will have to run away. But now Isaac trying to get over to the backside, and they're trying to get as much damage down as possible. But the healing too good coming out from that Stukov. And now Lazy Hydra and Isaac hitting onto all of them, and they are able to get that first blood, and they're going to continue. HC Ravager gonna go down next, and then Jazz, one more hit, will go down as well, and that's 3 kills going over to Boogans Forever. And now another stun, and they're gonna get 4. As Hero also goes down, and that's a 4-0 in favor of Boogans Forever. And just like that, they have almost a full level lead. They're gonna get 2 altars. And that Sapper play that a Solid School was able to get, the lead they got themselves early, is now going to be negated. And on top of that, Boogans Forever is also going to steal back that Sapper Camp. Azuriel and HDR are back, but not back in time. And those Sappers are going to be able to crash into this tower as they yell and take down the cannon tower. So Wall taking a decent amount of damage just from that Sapper Camp. And they still have their own Sapper Camp to grab. Level 7 now hit by Solid School, so the talent advantage is now gone. And this is where it could get interesting because they could try to contest it again. They do have the positioning, however, will not be able to get there in time. And Boogans Forever are going to be able to secure themselves 2 of those siege camps. Now, Calavoth is starting to walk up a little bit. I don't think either of these teams really want to engage right now. Perhaps maybe Boogans Forever just because they do have the Sapper Camps shoving in. But it is Jazz. Jazz going to be able to clear it out onto the Joanna very easily. And look at the size of that silence. The lurking arm is just such a powerful ability. And there is a fight going on to this siege camp. Lazy Hydra and Hero just fighting as much as possible. But Flight comes in from Azuriel. And Lazy Hydra is going to get picked off. And the siege camp going to get taken by a Solid School. There is a little bit of rotation. If it wasn't the Joanna, I would say they could have been caught. But Iron Skin going to come out in time. Jazz going to be okay and just kind of preventing any kind of follow-up from the side of Boogans Forever. Well positioned. And now just going to be a single altar spawning now. And who's going to be able to win this? Both sides still level 9. Level 10s haven't been hit by anyone yet. The Arcane Rift, by the way, it's 24 stacks as the Shadow Charge does come in, but it will be over onto the Joanna. Will force out the Iron Skin at least. But now the Diablo also taken down to about half HP. Calavoth needs to get healed up by the healing darts coming out from Thundercats. Sleeping Dart going to land over onto the back line. HC Ravager continuously getting taken down. And Lazy Hydra going to be fighting over through on that top side. Kind of preventing them from finishing it off. It is going to be a 5v5. And look at that. They're able to get the sleep onto 2. But nothing else is going to come through. Leyline Seal was landed over on both of those heroes. And it seems that they're just going to be giving it. No, they're definitely getting pushed back. A Solid School. I'm not really sure what's happening. Oh, but they do throw out the Gust. But now in the middle of that, Hero is going to get taken down. But look at the amount of damage they were able to get. Isaac getting so low, getting blinded. And Lightning Breath is coming out. Swipe. Trying to keep all of them away. Now Calavoth is going to go down. So it's a 4v4. And they were just baiting for that Gust. As Isaac coming in will cancel the channel by HC Ravager. But it's gonna be pretty difficult. We'll have the portal to get to safety. That's gonna be another 4 damage going for a Solid School, and the HPs on the cores are going to be evened out. Now everyone is back alive. However, the Grey Mane is still in base, so this Sapper Camp is going to get stolen away. And Solid School once again does have that bottom Sapper Camp advantage, as they did. A lot of value into taking these camps, and in fact will charge in immediately, and they will finish off the wall. So very value sappers as they also take out their own, and this is a set of sappers that they may be able to push in. Now the XP lead is still in favor of Boogans Forever. It was closed out a little bit. It's no longer as big a lead as it was after that big teamfight victory for Boogans Forever, but they are in a position now. But they are in the position where they can have that XP lead and that talent advantage once they hit that 13. It's only going to be for a little bit. So there will be a little bit of a tight timer, but the timer is still going to be there. Now they're trying to keep these sappers away from the fort, and looks like they will be successful as Calavoth and Non-Champion. And Non-Champion did finish the Arcane Rift. That's a 1 second cooldown lower over onto those Qs. Sorry, onto those Arcane Rifts. And that's going to be a pretty big power spike over on the Medivh. And once you hit that, that's when you really become a true DPS. Before that, you're more utility. But once you get those 40 stacks, you are still the same utility, except now you also deal a lot of damage during these team fights. Now Midwave gonna get shoved out. Level 13 almost hit by Boogans Forever, and this is the timer I was talking about. It's only gonna be slight as they do jump on to Jazz, and Swipe's gonna be utilized as well. And even the threat of the level 13. Oh, but they were able to cancel with Alpha. But in the meanwhile, Hero is sneaking this away, and they're not going to be able to cancel it in time. So that's going to be 4 more damage going through towards Boogans Forever. And now the team fight's also coming in. They're going to get the shield toss over onto 3. Lightning Breath coming out through the backside, dealing so much damage. Everyone is starting low. Last rights onto Jazz. Not going to be able to get the kill. But they do have the Entomb onto Lazy Hydra. Lazy Hydra kind of pulled back. The Unstoppable is going to come out. The protection from the Medivh just does so much for them. And it looks like a Solid School is going to be able to hold on to this altar as well. And Isaac gonna get taken down low. And we'll have the Dragons are on the protection. But just before going through the portal will be taken down. But they're able to get the Shadow Charge onto HC Ravager. But now also the tank gonna come in. And they're just body blocking Calavoth. So much protection, so much healing trying to come out. They're not going to be able to do it in time. But in the meanwhile, they were able to get the Joanna on the backside of it. And Lazy Hydra still wants to fight. It's a 1-for-1 trade at the end of that second part of the play, but still a 2-for-1 for a Solid School for the entire duration of that big team fight over the altars. And both these teams, once again, fighting it out. And the game is so close. Both these teams are showing just how much they can do themselves. HC Ravager and Alpha gonna finish off the Sapper Camp. And for once, we see a trade of Sapper Camps. I don't think we've had one yet this game as we approach the 11-minute mark. Now, Lazy Hydra just going to be poking down Hero. And I think at this stage of the game, Lazy Hydra can just power through Hero. Hero can try to ignore it and do the double soak. And I believe Leoric does have a faster double soak than the Melthiel. So could be a good strategy for them, as we are now seeing 88 stacks on Gathering Storm. So this Falstad is starting to get quite strong. 2 altars now spawning, both on the bot side. 20 seconds left. Neither side is 16, but the XP advantage is now in favor of a Solid School. So this could be a timer for them as well. It's also going to be a very short one. But we know these teams do know how to utilize it, and they're going to try and utilize it as much as possible. Now, Calavoth gonna be grouping over to this bot side. Maybe getting caught a little bit. We'll get pulled back, but not a ton of DPS available. As Isaac going to try finishing off that top altar. Will Jazz get in time? Yes, we'll have the blinding shield. And in the meanwhile, Alpha taking so much damage. Lightning Breath, almost enough. But now it's the Diablo that's stuck. Leyline Seal onto 3 saves Calavoth. And so much damage still being dealt, but the protection and the healing is just doing so much. They lose the Stukov in the backline. Hero tries to get onto this play as well. And Hero will go down. And that's 3 kills going over to Boogans forever. They were able to get the altar on the top side, and they're going to get the altar on the bot side. So it's going to be 8 damage hitting onto that core. And the game is all tied once again. But because it was a later game team fight, it's later on into the game, the respawn timers are very long. Alpha and Azuriel able to deal quite a bit of poke damage, though, with that Hammerang and those Scatter. And Hero respawns on top of them. And Calavoth taking so much damage, just needs a little bit more damage, but will be healed up. So much regen coming out. But the Entomb lands onto Isaac and Thundercats. Thundercats is protected. Leyline Seal lands onto 2. Hero trying to find another pick, but won't have the positioning for it. Calavoth is being slowed, but between Thundercats and on-champion, they do have more than enough tools to keep Calavoth alive. But still very good pickoff. I don't think anyone was expecting Hero to respawn right in the middle of them and immediately force a fight. They now have the numbers advantage only for 15 more seconds as Calavoth tries to prevent them from taking over this camp. But now look, their healer is stuck, and the shield toss also going to come through. Jazz in the backline, currently standing, will take this Sapper camp and will take down the Ana. Thundercats is going down there. Now there is a huge wave over top side. Hero will go over to deal with it, but they're going to be able to shove these Sappers all the way in. And 1, 2, and 3 shots over onto the board. But now Jazz going to get caught a little bit. Does have the Iron Skin, will be okay. And the Hammerang dealing half of Isaac's health. This Falstad is scaling so well. 114 stacks now on the Gathering Storm. As the altars are now spawning. Azuriel going to reset for some mana. Does have flight, so we'll be able to get into the fight very quickly. Hero going to pick up this altar. And Lazy Hydra is going to pick up the other one. But that's still going to be 2 for 1 in terms of altars for a Solid School. So it's going to be 20 to 16 We're starting to approach the end of the game. Towers of Doom always go slightly later than other maps. They're constantly able. It is impossible to end early, no matter how big a lead you have. As Calivoth is starting to get taken out pretty low. And the Dragon Arrow going to come through over on the top side. Lazy Hydra trying to take damage on the back side. And Leyline Seal only lands onto one as Swipe keeps Lazy Hydra from continuing this push. No one will go down, but the Sapper Camp was still secured by Solid School. They were able to defend that offensive play from Boogans forever. And it is going to be a little bit dangerous for them. Their fort only at 7k HP as Calivoth does go in with the Shadow Charge and able to get a lot of damage. And the Lightning Breath over onto the backside blasts right onto Azuriel. Will survive. But Isaac trying to get into the backside of this. And the portal disappears. Isaac going a little bit too far. And now they're going to continue fighting. Hero trying to get onto Calivoth. Shadow Charge used to just create space. And Leyline Seal lands onto 3. But that is just going to be used as a disengage. Once again, a pick for a Solid School. And they're going to continue pushing this in. They will take one. And they will start finishing off this fort. And that's a very big deal. Getting this bottom fort right as an altar spawning, a bot side altar no less, is huge. The bot lane has both of these Sapper Camps, and if they're able to push them in, that's going to be even more damage into the core. But now Hero is getting caught out, and Shadow Charge is going to be used. Just needs a little bit more damage, but they don't have it. Hero barely surviving. And now Azuriel is going to be here going to dismount them, as they're just trying to zone them away from the bot lane.
The time is now.
And they're just having so many different slows. As Alpha will finish the channel. Now Calivoth looking for a potential fight will end the Shadow Charge, but it's too late. The zoning tools are way too good for a Solid School. And Dragon Arrow lands under Thundercats. They do have the Protect coming out. They do have the portals, but the portals are too late. Leyline Seal lands onto 3. And another good pick off by a Solid School. And they steal the Sapper Camp too. Level 20s are now hit. They're in a very solid position. 20-11 is the score, as they were able to get that 5 damage altar. And if they're able to land these, even just one of these could really open up the game. If they get at least 2, they can do boss. And with Gust, they will land all 3. So that's 3 Sapper Camps dealing damage. So now, if they take boss and 1 more altar, assuming they can keep this 5th fort, or even if they don't keep this 5th fort, that could be game. So a Solid School in a very solid position. And they're going to continue to be able to just get this bot wave shoved in. They are protecting this fort. Hasn't taken a single point of damage. Hero is grouping tops, trying to take down this camp. But they do have the numbers up here for the side of Boogans Forever, as they are camping the boss. And Hero is trying to run away. Wraithwalk will be done, but Shadow Charge will come in. And I don't think there's any getting out here. Last Rites was used, but wasn't even necessary. So that's going to be a good pick for Boogans Forever. And they need to start making these kinds of plays. They need to try and find advantage somewhere. A couple more of those plays, and they will be back into the game. But unfortunately, the pickoff that they did get was on Hero, the Leoric. Leoric does have a quicker respawn time than most other heroes. Dragon Arrow coming out. Same with the Lurking Arm. And look at the damage. Not even just talking about the amount of positioning they can do, how far they push them away, as Gust gonna be utilized to protect everyone. They do have the protection going on to Lazy Hydra now, and Teleport gonna be used, but not gonna land on anyone. Mick Ravager gonna be okay. Lightning Breath used on the backside. No one is channeling it, but non-champion went a little bit far and will get taken down. The Hanzo and Isaac is going to be able to get the kill, and they do have the 2 with the silence. They're gonna get 2, and now they're gonna get 3. Lazy Hydra also 500 HP, still trying to survive, but not gonna survive long enough. Calivoth also gets taken down, and that's 4 killed Thundercats trying to run away, running away as fast as possible. But the Hammerang will get the slow. The Diablo and the Melthiel both respawning. But that's going to be the altar taking down. And if they get the boss, this will be the end of the game. They will be able to finish off this match and close off this series. Calivoth needs to try and defend this, but I don't think it's going to be possible. And a Solid School, they just need to finish the channel, and they will get it, as the game will go over to a Solid School. 1, 2, 3, as the 2-0 domination coming out. Sorry, give me one moment. I might be picking up a second cast here. But yeah, that was a massive series and very well played over by the side of a solid school. They were able to bring out so much value during this team fight, and they just continuously got picks. They utilized the Dragon's Arrow so well from Alpha. And just like that, they are going to take the series 2-0. As I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing casting here, just waiting to see. Let me check what the players are, but I might be doing a back-to-back, depending on if they started or not. The captains are going to be North. Yeah, they're in lobby. Oh, the game has already started. Unfortunately, okay, so we will not be having the back-to-back, but this does have another positive. Give me one moment. So what this lets me do is take my time to really talk about how that game ended. The amount of pickoffs that they were able to get on the side of a solid school really benefited them hard into these series. Sorry, one second. And they were able to take this domination. And looking over at the standings now, so with the solid school able to get that, it does put them solidly into third place, so it does raise their seeding as well. And in fact, they're going to be right next to Boogans Forever. Boogans Forever is still going to hold on to that second place. And I believe with that loss, they are going to be stuck in second place. And that's going to be where they're going to stay for the rest of the series. Cordless Power, sorry, but this was a best of 3. And the series is now over. So I would like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, afkjourney. And thank you to the 3 people that have downloaded the game. Every single installation of this game helps me out a lot. If you want to support me, that is the best way. Well, second best way. The best way is to do what you're already doing now and just watching these streams. With that, I am going to look for someone to raid. I believe there are other series happening right now. I believe TZ might be casting. Hasn't started quite yet. Oh, no, she's only starting her stream in 20 minutes. Okay, yeah. So with that... Oh, no, we do have Arikav and Lionhouse. Let me just see where they are so I don't send you guys to the end of a series. Yep, as Lionhouse's series is done. And Raka's... I'm not really seeing where Raka's is going. But, you know, we're just going to raid Raka anyway. But thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you all tomorrow as I will be casting yet another game. And have a good night.